Wow, looks at lyrics in Bali. I can't.
Let's give a big round of applause for the special performance of Sekar Jagat Dance. Thank you very much. Om Swastiastu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Namo Buddhaya. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Salam kebajikan. May peace be upon us all. A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our event, the official pre-launch of WTN Summit Time 2023. Let's give a big round of applause for our event today. Thank you very much. My name is Agung Mia. It is such an honor for me to be the master of ceremony for this event and to welcome all of you today. The theme for today's event is the Tourism World Updates, SME Matters 2023, organized in hybrid format, consisting of welcoming speeches, the official pre-launch ceremony, and talk show. Ladies and gentlemen, because this is a hybrid format of the event, so we have online participants. Therefore, we would like to greet those participants who are joining us virtually. Hello, greetings from Bali. Please give a big round of applause for all participants who are joining us virtually. Thank you very much for joining us. Bapak Ibu yang kami hormati, para tamu undangan, kami ingin mengucapkan selamat datang kepada seluruh undangan yang telah berkenan hadir hari ini. Allow us to extend our warmest welcome to our honorable guests. Selamat siang dan selamat datang kepada yang terhormat Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy of Indonesia, Dr. Haji Sandiaga Uno, BBA, MBA, who will join us shortly. Let's give a big round of applause as well. The Minister will join us later shortly. We would like to welcome Deputy Minister of Digital Economy and Creative Product, Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy of Indonesia, Bapak Muhammad Neil L. Himam, MSc. Selamat siang, selamat datang Bapak. Joining us virtually, Vice Governor of Bali, Bapak Cokorda Oka Arta Ardana Sukawati. Selamat siang, terima kasih sudah bergabung secara virtual. Also joining us virtually, ladies and gentlemen, Chairman of WTN Global, Mr. Jürgen Steinmetz. We have Deputy Chairman of WTN Texas, USA, Dr. Peter Tarlow, who is also joining us virtually. Chairwoman of WTN Indonesia Chapter, Ibu Mudi Astuti. Selamat siang, Ibu. Selamat siang dan selamat datang kami ucapkan kepada Executive Director Central Bank of Indonesia in Bali, Bapak Trisno Nugroho. Selamat siang Bapak. Chairman of Bali Tourism Board BTB GP Bali, Bapak Ida Bagus Agung Parta Atnyana. Selamat siang Bapak. President Director of Indonesia Healthcare Corporation, Dr. Gigi Miradia Wahyuni Mars. Selamat siang, selamat datang. CEO Bali Convention Exhibition Bureau, Bapak Levi Lantu, who is joining us virtually. From Santrian Group, Bapak Ida Bagus Ngurah Agung Kumbayana. Also, we would like to welcome our moderator, Ibu Yoke Darmawan, DNA Consultancy. Selamat siang, Ibu Yoke. We would like to welcome all online participants from WTN Global. And please be informed that our event today will be divided into two sessions, ladies and gentlemen. The first one is the opening ceremony, and the second part is the sharing and talk show session. Ladies and gentlemen, the official pre-launch of the WTN Summit Time 2023 with the theme of the Tourism World Updates SME Matters 2023 is a collaboration of the World Tourism Network, the Ministry of the Tourism and Creative Economy of Indonesia, the Central Bank of Indonesia in Bali, Bali Tourism Board, ASEAN Indonesia 2023, and Wonderful Indonesia. Bapak Ibu yang kami hormati, kita lanjutkan ke acara berikutnya, yaitu laporan persiapan pelaksanaan acara WTN Time 2023. We will proceed to the next agenda, welcoming speech, delivered by the chairwoman of WTN Indonesia chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Ibu Mudi Astuti.
I'm sorry, we cannot hear Modi. There's no sound.
Oh, okay.
Good afternoon, our distinguished guests, and good day to every one of you, WTN leaders, members network connecting online, wherever you are. And first and foremost, I would like to welcome and thank to our strategic partners, the Ministry of Tourism and Economy Creative Republic Indonesia, our Minister, His Excellency Bapak Sandiaga Uno, our gracious host in Bali, the Bali Tourism Board, leaders and members chaired by Bapak Gus Agung, and the Central Bank of Indonesia in Bali, chaired by Bapak Sutrisno Nugroho, the Bali Tourism Convention Bureau, chaired by Bapak Levi Lantu, who are connecting online from Perth, Dr. Mira Wahyuni, President Director of Indonesia Healthcare Corporation, Deputy Minister of Digital Economy and Creative Product, Mr. Muhammad Neil. Please give them an applause. All the stakeholders in tourism and economy, creative, media, and other related industry, and of course, last but not least, our main supporters of our event, WTN Board, and the facilitator of Global Think Tank Group discussion, which is chaired by Mr. Jurgen Steinmetz, Dr. Peter Taulo, as the president of WTN Global, Hon Alan Sen-Enji, the VP World Tourism Network, Professor Jeffrey Lippman is a former head of IATA, former CEO of WTTC, former Deputy Secretary General of UNWTO. We are connecting online with us today. I'm delighted and excited to be here to update the further progress of WTN Summit Time 2023 preparation, which will be organized in September 28th to the 1st of October 2023 at the Renaissance Spa Resort Uluwatu, Bali. We're delighted to report that on last November, we organized our press conference, the first press conference, in the Renaissance Resort and Spa Uluwatu, Bali. There we were presenting that this event is going to be organized in February 2023. However, WTN and our partners has to make a very tough decision, but it turns out to be the best decision. We have made that we have to reschedule the event to September 28th to the 1st of October because it gives us more time and opportunity together with 129 country members of WTN to join and give better opportunity to Indonesia tourism, to prepare the strategic event. We all know that after COVID-19 pandemic, every country are aggressively organizing an international travel tourism event to recover from crisis. So we're happy that the timing we're scheduling is the best time and to position our event among those international travel and tourism events. With the schedule in 28th of September to the 1st of October, we have 6 months to go to prepare ourselves and to maximize this event to be the most productive one. I hope we all know that WTN is a global organization that focusing to support small, medium enterprises in tourism, which is according to WTTC, World Travel Tourism Council, that the total number of SME tourism worldwide is 86% out of the global travel tourism industry worldwide. So WTN is an organization to be the voice of SMEs and to support and facilitate the think tank of travel and tourism from around 129 country members to join under focus group discussion to come with breakthrough and fresh idea to overcome any challenges faced by SME, as well as becoming a platform for promoting SMEs of tourism worldwide. During this event, we're preparing to organize 3 big functions. One is the FAM Tour to Indonesia. It's going to be a top 10 worldwide international tourism destination of Indonesia. I believe our minister will also mention and elaborate further. 2 is the session for B2B or B2G among tourism board around the globe to interact and meet with suppliers from across the globe. Think tank group discussion, we bring 4 global strategic issues. One is a discussion on key issue for SMEs into this WTN Summit Time 23, discussing time resilience and investment with the Hon Minister of Tourism Edmund Barley and the former UN Secretary General Dr. Talib Rifai, the famous one. The second time discussion on key issue and challenges of climate change related to sustainable tourism goal, led by Professor Jeffrey Lippman. I have mentioned that is the former head of IATA, former CEO of WTTC, and the former Deputy Secretary General for UNWTO. The third strategic discussion is going to be a discussion on medical health tourism, a global opportunity, the trend, and how to generate new revenue stream by the expert of medical tourism worldwide. From Indonesia, it would be represented by the Indonesia Medical Tourism Association, led by Dr. Taufik Jamaan. I believe he's also connecting online. And the Bali International Hospital, chaired by Dr. Mira Diahwahyuni. The fourth strategic discussion topic will be a cultural tourism regions and actions of culture by the head of local region worldwide. A global exchange of the important role SME in the travel and tourism business structure, the leads on elevating effort by capturing market together within a destination, a collaborated promotional effort with key global airlines will also be discussed and developed further. With this combination of strategic actions among WN country members worldwide during WTN Summit Time 23 event, it would certainly give an impact to the global travel tourism world to elevate to the next level. However, this goal would only be successful with your participation and contribution, and I'm excited and hope we are all excited to work together and make this successful. At last, I would like to express my utmost gratitude on behalf of WTN organization to be able to work with Bali Tourism Board and the Ministry of Tourism and Economic Creative Republic Indonesia to bring peace and unity as the only way for tourism prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ibu Mudi Astuti. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now continue to the next agenda, keynote speech by Chairman of WTN Global, Mr. Jürgen Steinmetz, and Deputy Chairman of WTN Texas, USA, Dr. Peter Tarlow. We are now connected with Jürgen and Dr. Peter.
Aloha, I can say here.
Jürgen.
Yes,
Hi.
aloha, I
Hello.
can. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Aloha, I can.
Not yet, actually. We're still adjusting your volume.
Okay, adjust my volume. That's always good.
Yeah.
Better keep me
Yeah.
quiet.
Now we can hear you clearly, Jürgen.
All right. Okay. I was saying aloha, like we say here in Hawaii, and welcome everybody. And I'm very honored to have His Excellency, the Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy, Mr. Sandiaga Uno, here. First time I talked to you, Your Excellency, you were in the car doing COVID highlights, working very hard, and I had a good feeling that we're going to meet again, and I cannot really wait until I can personally see Bali again. I've been there many times in many years ago. I wanted to recognize also Dr. Taleb Rifai, who's fading in and out. He must have some technical issues, but I'm sure he's relating his greetings to everyone. And of course, I wanted to recognize all our sponsors and partners in Bali, almost too many to mention, specifically, of course, our main partner, the Bali Tourism Board. I wanted to thank everyone in Bali and in Jakarta for your hard work. We have been in touch almost on a daily basis. And now the work really starts because we're going to be busy between now and September. A lot of very positive things are happening. The Honorable Minister Edmund Bartlett from Jamaica, who's the man behind the Tourism Resilience Day, what was just announced by the United Nations General Assembly in New York, will be joining us in Bali with his team of tourism resilience and investments. So that came in as one of the 4 pillars we have, and Moody explained it already, so I don't really want to repeat it, but it's going to be one of our important pillars. I also wanted to recognize Professor Jeffrey Lipman, who's actually here, and maybe we give him the opportunity to say just a greeting, because his session will be phenomenal. He really has a lot of plans, and there will be some big announcements in front of head of states, he told me yesterday, upcoming in Bali, and we are really looking forward to this. When the World Tourism Network started back in 2020 in March during a canceled ITB in Berlin, we did not know where we're really going. We really didn't really want to start an organization. We just wanted to have a discussion about COVID and started our rebuilding.travel discussion. And looking around in our audience, I see so many people I didn't know at the time, and we all became friends and have been on our now almost 200 different Zoom sessions and discussions over the years. And our club of our friendship has been growing. We now have members in 129 countries, and we're proud to be part of the global relaunch of travel and tourism. I don't want to speak too long. It's there's going to be a very packed program here, and I just wanted to maybe give the opportunity to Jeffrey, just take 1 minute and say hello and just tell us real quick what your session will be about. Jeffrey's joining us from Brussels.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me now?
Oh, there's Dr. Taleb Rifai. So we're going to go to you. So let's Taleb Rifai give one short greeting. Welcome on board. You're joining us from Amman, Jordan.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't want to interrupt Professor Jeffrey Lipman. He's a good friend. He's doing a great job. I want to also congratulate you, Jürgen, and Peter for the great work of WTN. I think this is an important, very important session, especially it comes from Indonesia. Indonesia is a wonderful country. I've been there many times, and I like it very much. The people there are wonderful people. When you visit a place, it's the people that matter, not the mountains or the rivers or the beaches, because you can find those anywhere in the world, but you can only find the people with specific culture in specific places. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us this morning. I apologize. I could not unmute myself, but then now I've changed to my iPad. It's working better. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jürgen.
And Taleb, thank you very much. And I recognize your office. I visited you in your beautiful home in Amman just about 2 months ago. And,
Thank you.
You have it's almost like a museum. I mean, you're really lucky.
Thank you so much.
Jeffrey, you're joining us from your car. Just 1 minute. We're running a little bit over time already. Jeffrey.
Hi, Thomas. Good morning to you. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm doing what everybody in our industry does. I'm being a tourist today. I just wanted to congratulate you and Moody and the beautiful island of Bali for having the foresight to organize this event. You've kindly asked me to chair the day dealing with the climate issue, and I can say now the focus of this is going to be that the IPCC has said that we're supposed to peak emissions.
Jeffrey, I'm so sorry when I interrupt you. We have the minister now here, and I wanted to give the floor to the minister. Maybe at the end of the event, you can tell us a little bit more. But I give the floor back. Thank you very much. I give the floor back to Mia. It's all yours. Bali.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Jürgen. I believe that you still have time to continue.
Oh, okay. I got a message
now?
here that the Honorable Minister wanted to come in. So
I will let you know.
Okay, no problem. So Jeffrey, continue real quick if you can about your event and the announcement you're about to make in Doha.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very relevant to the role of the World Tourism Network, Thomas, because in Doha, there is going to be a summit for the least developed countries and the small island developing states. This is called LDC 5. It's at the beginning of March, and Sunex Malta will be making a major announcement there. They have a provision for quote announcements. It will be in partnership with WTN, and we will be introducing a global climate-friendly travel network for the least developed countries, and putting a strong climate champion to lead that network in each of the countries and in the small island developing states. And we're very much looking forward to working with WTN and to bringing that also to the Bali event, where it will be the focal point of our discussions. And I'll finish with just one major point, Thomas. The IPCC, which you know provides the global science on climate, which is the existential issue for the human race, has said that we not only have to get to net zero in 2050 and half our emissions by 2030, but that we have to peak the emissions in 2025. And nowhere has this been discussed in the tourism sector. And our goal at WTN in Bali will be to have a frank and honest discussion about how can we put a plan B together? What if the intense weather, the fires, the climate refugees really does get worse and worse and worse, and we have to change everything on the planet to accommodate that? Where will tourism be? And that we are going to discuss for the first time in a major public event at WTN in Bali. So happy to be with you. Sorry, it's a bit peculiar in a taxi, but thank you anyhow for letting me participate. I shall be like Taleb. I'm watching this on my phone. I've just finished by saying hi to Taleb. It's always good to see you, and look forward to the rest of the day, Thomas. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I think I'm going to pass on to Peter. Just really a quick, Jeffrey, tell us just one word about the study you actually did on climate change for Bali. What is quite relevant for our audience and our media in Indonesia?
Well, this was done in 2010. It was done with the support of the then Minister of Tourism, our friend Gerd Ardika, the late Gerd Ardika, and together with Victoria University in Australia, we did a major study looking at a green growth future for Bali. We also worked with Agung, with the university in Bali, and with many friends in Bali at the time. So I spent a lot of time in Bali during that period. I couldn't agree more with Taleb. It's a beautiful place with beautiful people, and I'm really looking forward to being back there during the WTN summit.
It's the land of the gods. Let's go from the lands of the gods to College Station, Texas. Peter, I just got from our friends in Bali, you have 6 minutes.
Well,
Go ahead.
I won't take 6 minutes, but first of all, as the president of the World Tourism Network, I want to welcome everyone there. I'm especially pleased that Jeffrey and Taleb are able to be there. I think all of us, there's so many people that I would like to thank, but a special thanks needs to go to Moody Astuti, because she has been certainly our woman in Indonesia. She has worked tirelessly with Thomas Steinmetz and with me in order to make this event go. And without Moody, nothing would have happened. So Moody, I think we all ought to be giving you a round of applause, because thank you for everything that you have been doing. For those of you who are not totally familiar with the World Tourism Network, this is now really in our second full year of working. We are so pleased to have people from around the world. So many of you I know have gotten to know, if not personally, at least digitally. And I've come to see many of you as friends. This is an opportunity for small and medium-sized businesses, which are the heart of tourism, to be able to create and think and come together. And please note, we did not call this a conference. We call this 5 pillars of think tanks, because this is a chance, and I think I want to build on what Jeffrey said there, to open a dialogue where we face the future, we think about what we have, we think about our problems, and we think about how we can begin to solve them. And that's why we've called it a think tank. So this is a really wonderful opportunity for all of us to be there. Indonesia is the perfect place, not only because, as Jürgen has said, or my friend Thomas, that Bali is a place of the many gods, but also because Indonesia is a country composed of many islands, and those islands come together to create one country. And that is somewhat a metaphor for tourism. Tourism is not one industry, it's a composite industry. It's a place where each of us can either work together to create a bridge to the future, or a place where we can be separated and not work together. And the entire purpose of the World
Peter,
Tourism
sorry,
Network
my apology to
is
interrupt.
work together.
Join
I
me in
think
welcoming
my
the
time
Minister
is
of Tourism
just
and
about
Creative
up. I
Economy
think
of
the minister's
Indonesia,
coming.
Dr. Haji Sandiaga Uno, BBA, MBA. Once again, let's give a big round of applause for the Minister. Please be seated. Thank you very much, Mr. Jürgen Steinmetz and also Dr. Peter Tarlow. Hadirin yang berbahagia, berikutnya kita akan menyimak bersama kata sambutan dan harapan pada WTN Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, we will proceed to the next agenda opening speech. Okay, my apology, Jürgen and Peter. We would like to hand it over back to you to continue your talk.
Thank you very much. So the Honorable Minister is ready. Do I see this correct?
Okay, so
He's waving, and we know we know him.
yes.
And,
Well, Jürgen,
Honorable
this is an
Minister,
interesting experience. That
okay,
Um,
Peter, I'm sorry, go ahead, you go ahead.
well, as I was saying, I think that tourism can be seen Indonesia as a metaphor. Indonesia is a place where we connect the past to a hopefully wonderful future. And it's an island, it's a land composed of many islands. And the great way that tourism is, we can either be separate islands or we can work together to become one nation, one industry. So the importance is to connect those various parts of the tourism industry so that we are not isolated from each other, but we work with each other. And that's why we called it the World Tourism Network, so that we're able to network together. We're able to see the world on a global position. We're able to find ways to create new ideas. And again, we are so pleased to be able to be in Bali and in Indonesia, because Indonesia is truly a symbol of caring, love, understanding, and peace. And if we're able to create those concepts, then you know what? We'll be able to create a world in which tourism will take us from the horrors of the terrible pandemic that we all faced to now the sunshine and the opportunities for a world that's just about to be born. So I want to thank everyone here, especially I want to thank the minister for being with us, but I want to thank each and every one of you, because every single person here is truly a tourism minister. Every single person here is a symbol of how we can work together, and how when we meet in Indonesia in September of this year, we can see Indonesia as a metaphor for the world of tourism and where we need to go. So I thank you for having listened, but most importantly, I thank you for participating in the World Tourism Network.
Thank you very much, Peter. And I have the great honor now to introduce and welcome the Honorable Minister of Tourism and Creative Economies, His Excellency, Mr. Sandiaga Uno, to give us his welcome speech. Thank you very much.
Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Jürgen Steinmetz and also Dr. Peter Talo. We will now proceed to the next agenda, opening speech by the Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy of Indonesia. May I invite Dr. Haji Sandiaga Salahuddin Uno, BBA, MBA.
Om Swastiastu. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Selamat sore, shalom. Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Warm greetings from the island of the gods, Bali, Indonesia, the most beautiful island in the world, and welcome to wonderful Indonesia. I would like to thank the invitations by Mr. Jürgen Thomas Steinmetz, Dankeschön, Chairman of the World Tourism Network Global. I got your email today asking me whether I want to listen to the speech by Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy of Indonesia. And I replied, yes, I would like to listen to myself. Peter Lipman, thank you very much, and for declaring also that everybody here is a tourism minister. So congratulations, all of you are now tourism ministers. Ibu Mudi Asuti, Chairwoman of World Tourism Network Indonesia Chapter. Bapak Ida Bagus Agung Parta Adnyana, Chairman of Bali Tourism Board, the most handsome and most eligible chairman ever. Also, my dear colleagues from Central Bank of Indonesia, Denpasar branch, thank you very much for gracing our event here, and hopefully you could share the latest economic data from Central Bank, how the recovery is progressing. Thank you very much. Pak Neil, Deputy for Digital Economy and Creative Products. Ibu Yung, Director for MICE. Also, I saw Bu Desi Ruhati, Director of National and International Event, and Ibu Yoke, who's always cheering every moment that we have. Please give a big hand to Ibu Yoke. WTN chapters all around the world, distinguished panelists, guests, and media, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I cannot say hi to one by one. I'm actually not feeling very well. I got the second booster, which is my fourth vaccine injections yesterday, and being thinking that I'm strong, I continue to schedule traveling and meetings, and I got knocked out this morning. But I told my wife said, I think you should stay in Jakarta, but I cannot let you down, especially with Ibu Mira Dia, who's here. So even though I'm a little bit, or no, not a little bit, but very much under the weather, I come here and hopefully our sessions will be a fruitful sessions for everybody. I would like to express highest appreciations to World Tourism Network Global and Indonesian Chapter. Network in Bahasa is called silaturahim. And silaturahim always yields to long life and a lot of prosperity. We believe network is key. And I want to ask Jurgen and Ibu Mudi, how many times during the pandemic that you have networked?
I think we were getting close to 200.
Every day. That's why, because you network every day with Jurgen and everybody here, network, we are granted a much speedier recovery and a stronger recovery that is certainly better. Please give a big applause for everybody. This World Tourism Network Think Tank and Summit Time 2023 is actually leading event for the inaugural summit that will take place at Renaissance Bali Uluwatu Resort and Spa from 29 September to 1st of October 2023. I was told by my driver that the economy is starting to recover, correct? You feel the recovery already? Astungkara. And G20 presidency was the start, and this global leader and mediator of President Jokowi in envisioning and safeguarding the recovery with the theme of recover together and recover stronger, certainly have been so unique and strategic for the tourism industry. We are seeing that Indonesia's ranking in the WEF, World Economic Forum Travel and Tourism Development Index, moved 12 ranks from 2021 of 44. We are now number 32, and this is actually ahead of our friendly neighbor of Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, and the Philippines. I just completed the ASEAN Tourism Forum in Yogyakarta, whereby we exchange how do we recover together, recover stronger, but also focusing on quality and sustainability. Forbes Most Beautiful Countries 2022 also been given to Indonesia, and Club Med's Happiest Holiday Destinations 2022 has been given to Bali. However, the recovery is not felt across Indonesia on equitable fashion. SMEs, which is the large part of the tourism business, have not fully recovered. And business, whether it is inbound, some are outbound, are feeling that we need to move quicker. So we are pushing innovations, adaptations, and collaborations toward a more resilient and sustainable tourism. How SMEs can build business networks. How WTN can share experience to collaborate with not only the big players, but also involving the SMEs. The growth of the SMEs have to be continued to be pushed in exploring the new trends of niche tourism. Something like wellness tourism. I see Ibu Mira is focusing on wellness, medical tourism in Sanur, which is Gus Agung Kingdom in Sanur. But we are seeing that small cultural regional tourism is also focusing on wellness and feeling good tourism. Indonesia is the second biggest wellness tourism destinations market in the region, with 1.3 million direct employment. The other thing that I want to mention is tourism village. I have been to more than 150 tourism village, and this year we're even increasing our program to touch more than 4,400 tourism village across Indonesia. And we just closed a session whereby we take the legacy of Bapak Ardika. The late Bapak Ardika have been pioneering in how this tourism village have been able to increase prosperity and also playing a significant role in terms of recognizing worldwide to preserve livelihood, natural resources, cultural heritage, meditative cures, jamu, and traditional herbal remedies. I would like to invite the buyers that are connected through WTN to attend the event in September 2023. Are you ready? This is a great opportunity to strengthen our public-private partnership in order to foster investment in sustainable travel and infrastructure, training and building human capacity for inclusive yet resilient and sustainable tourism. Patrice, maybe we can also involve the central bank, because Tourism Village is also benefiting from the program that the Bali chapter of the central bank have pushed, which is a tourism village Ekasari in Jembrana. In closing, I humbly announce, after so many collaborations, efforts, and continue concrete actions, now I humbly announce the start of the WTN Summit, time. Boom. Oh, here. Thank you very much. Let me call with Parama Santi. Santi, Santi, Santi. Wabillahi taufiq walidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih Bapak Menteri, mohon tetap berada di tempat. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to marking the opening of the official pre-launch of WTN Summit Time 2023 registration by sounding the gong 3 times, accompanied by Deputy Minister of Digital Economy and Creative Product, Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy Indonesia, Chairwoman of WTN Indonesia Chapter, Ibu Mudi Astuti, Executive Director, Central Bank of Indonesia in Bali, Bapak Trisno Nugroho, Chairman of Bali Tourism Board, Bapak Ide Bagus Agung Partaatnyana, President Director of Indonesia Healthcare Corporation, Dr. Gigi Mira Dia Wahyuni Mars, and from Santrian Group, Bapak Ide Bagus Ngurah Agung Kumbayana. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause. Thank you very much. We will now move to the next part, which is official pre-launch of the website WTNBali2023.org. Let's take a picture. On my count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, freestyle Bapak, gaya bebas. Yes. Once again, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Mohon tetap berada di tempat, kita masih akan melanjutkan. Next part, official pre-launch of the website WTNBali2023.org. To demonstrate the registration site, we would like to invite the minister to register. Witnessed by everyone on the stage. The minister will sign in. For the password, okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is the official pre-launch of the website WTNBali2023.org. Yes, it works. Register to the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite all participants to also register on the website WTNBali2023.org. Let's give a big round of applause. Next part is MOU signing between WTN and Bali Tourism Board. The MOU will be signed by the WTN Indonesia chapter and chairman of Bali Tourism Board, witnessed by the Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy. The MOU is the commitment to host the WTN Summit Time 2023 event 29th of September until the 1st of November 2023 in Bali, Indonesia. Thank you very much once again to the Minister. Terima kasih Bapak Menteri dan Bapak Ibu yang juga sudah hadir. Kita berikan tepuk tangan yang meriah Bapak Ibu. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the official pre-launch of the World Tourism Network Time 2023. Those who are joining us virtually also can see the ceremonial process. Once again, thank you very much. Terima kasih Bapak Ibu, Bapak Menteri, kami persilakan untuk bisa turun. Thank you very much to all our honorable invitees, and we would like to extend our appreciation to Bapak Menteri Minister Sandiaga Uno for attending this event. Sekali lagi kita berikan tepuk tangan yang meriah. Bapak Menteri, terima kasih sudah berkenan hadir di tengah-tengah kita. Terima kasih banyak. Sekali lagi terima kasih Bapak Menteri, kami doakan supaya segera fit dan sembuh dan pulih kembali. Kita beri tepuk tangan Bapak Ibu untuk Bapak Menteri Sandiaga Uno. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving to the second part of our event today. We will have sharing session and we will also have talk show. Therefore, those who are joining us here on site and the participants who are joining us virtually, we would like to invite you to be here with us still to continue with the second part of our event, which is the sharing session and also talk show. Sekali lagi Bapak Ibu, kita akan berlanjut ke part kedua dari acara hari ini, yaitu akan ada sharing session dan juga talk show. Kami undang Bapak Ibu untuk tetap berada di tempat. Dan juga Bapak Ibu yang mengikuti secara virtual, kami mohon untuk bisa tetap mengikuti acara ini. Kita akan lanjutkan ke sesi berikutnya, yaitu sharing session dan juga talk show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have witnessed the official pre-launch of WTN Summit Time 2023 registration. Let us now move to our next agenda, which is a talk show with the topic of the Tourism World Updates SME Matters 2023. We have a list of incredible speakers and moderators who are the experts of their respective area. The moderator will lead the discussion with the speakers and also followed by Q&A session, and those participants who are joining us virtually can also participate during the discussion session. Allow me to introduce our very beautiful moderator today, Ibu Yoke Darmawan. Let's give a big round of applause to our moderator. I hand it over to you.
Hello everyone. Om Swastiastu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May God bless us all. Isn't it wonderful? We get together across the world in only from the small room. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are 100 of members of WTN Global joining us on this discussion. My name is Yoke Darmawan. Let me say hi to everyone there. Hi, and also online. Hello, online. Hello. Thomas, Jürgen, are you there? Yes.
I'm here.
Hello,
I'm here
everyone.
myself.
It's such a pleasure to hear a wonderful opening and the minister himself come in here to support and be part of this wonderful step, a journey, a milestone for us to go ahead on this September big WTN Summit and Time 2023. I'm going to be sitting here with all other speakers, and let me use glasses. I'm getting old now. All right. So I have the pleasure to discuss and have a sharing session and give opportunity for everyone with different background, with different disciplinary from the tourism to share and chat about what is about tourism from Bali and from Indonesia in a whole. I would like to call our first speaker, Mr. Muhammad Nail El Himam. He's the Deputy Minister of Digital Economy and Creative Product, Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, Republic Indonesia. Let's give a big applause. I'm going to call you Pak Nail. Yes, Pak Nail is good. Nail is good. Okay, next, the second one, our dear Pak Trisno Nugroho. Oops, he's disappearing from the room, but somebody can help me to find Trisno Nugroho. He's the Executive Director, Bali Head Branch of Bank Indonesia, the Central Bank of Indonesia. Mr. Trisno has been helping us in data and information in regards to the progress, the market, the potential, the investment to Indonesia. I'm going to speak in English and in Bahasa just to share a few ideas and thoughts. Speaker number 3, Ida Bagus Agung Parta Atyana. He is the chairman of Bali Tourism Board. Bali Tourism Board is joining us in a moment. Oh, okay. There is still a discussion with the minister. They will join us. It's end up just 2 of us. This is like a wedding ceremony kind of thing, you know. That's okay, Pa, because I have another beautiful lady gonna joining us. Let's give a big applause to Dr. Mira Diah Wahyuni Mars. She's the President Director of Indonesia Healthcare Corporation, Pertamina Bina Medica. She looked like a young lady, but she's taking care of 70 hospital, Pa. 70 hospital, no kidding. She is in the most important positioning when we talk about medical tourism now. Okay, just 3 of us. Yes, this is like a small chat. I'm going to explain a little bit about. Give me a moment, about you, Pak Nail. Nail is joining the Ministry of Tourism and Economy Creative in 2020 as the Director of Application and Digital Economy Management. A tough job. It's totally what is needed at the moment. We talk about a career in the government, bringing his expertise in technology since 1989. Wah, now I can calculate your age, but never mind. Deputy of Bidang Ekonomi Digital, Deputy of Economy Digital and Product Creative. What exactly is it, Papa?
Directly to the question.
Yes,
okay, like
it is a question.
Thank you so much, Miss
Yoke.
Miss Yoke. I'm sure either Mbak or Ibu.
No.
So like,
to make myself young, then you can call me
Yoke.
just Yoke.
Okay, thank you. The deputy for digital economy and creative product is actually has the mandate to oversee 17 subsectors of creative economy.
Wow.
From application, games, film, music, culinary, crafts, fashion, to the content of radio and television and or digital content basically. So, and most of them are now, the product can be digital, right? That's why there is digital economy that we need to also transform these 17 subsectors into, including the tourism, into the digital platform.
Digital
So that's
platform.
my
So
role.
is it, because among us, there's a lot of small and medium enterprises.
Exactly.
In tourism, in our understanding, small and medium operators are considered to be non-wholesalers, the big giant, because WTN Global has been the voice for small and medium enterprises. How digital supporting small and medium operators?
Okay, I have to go back one step,
Yes.
just to make a relation what Pak Minister just mentioned before, that we are going to more into quality tourism, into sustainability tourism, wellness, and including medical, of course. And this actually part of what we call a more personalized, localized, and then smaller in size kind of tourism, right? And this can be, of course, most likely can be handled more by this smaller, small and medium tourism operators, right? Not just the bigger one.
Okay.
It's okay. I don't need the presentation because I think I can give it to you later. But I think I'm just to try to answer what your questions is. So that's what we are trying to do.
Right.
And on the creative economy side, we've done this for fashion, culinary, and crafts with the president's national movement of local product, Bangga Buatan Indonesia, where we targeted to have 30 million SMEs.
Wow.
To be on board into digital platforms. Previously, we only have around 8 million. Now we are targeted 30 million, and so far we are more than 20 million already on board. Right? We work together with, of course, we have to say that we need to work with the bigger, like the bigger e-commerce platform. But I think in that sense as well, there is this smaller platform that cater for the smaller SMEs, right? Then I believe that also can be similar to the tourism operators, players as well. So, for example, a lot of during the pandemic, a lot of tourist operator, the smaller one, they created packages tour, and including what Pak Menteri said before with the tourism village, where we have some now we have around 3,000 that already in the network.
Yep.
And 200 something that has been visited by the minister, and they can also sell packages work together with some of the digital platform. For example, like Mr. Aladdin in Indonesia, right? Or the bigger one with Traveloka, for example, they also can help sell the packages. And I think that's the way we should do it. And I think with the medical tourism, wellness, and so on, it can be, if there is a package, like for this outdoor tourism, more to the environment, then would likely the smaller in size would be better if you can do it.
Oh, wonderful.
And through digital as well.
I'm going to come back to you in regards to small, medium business through digital and how it's connect to medical tourism, health tourism, and wellness. But before I ask Dr. Mira to join, I would like to say hello to our dear friend online, Levi Lantu. Can I get Levi Lantu tag? Yes, that's him. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Levi Lantu is the CEO of Bali Convention Exhibition Bureau, and he's a passionate executive, and then now talking based from Perth. So really, our world is getting smaller. It's like borderless. So 30 years in the business and having a multiple directorship, and I think he brings, when we still talk about small and medium, but Levi background is about a giant business like Star Wars Group, Louis Vuitton, luxury product, including Garuda, Australia, Smiling Tours, and all that. So Levi, so nice for you to joining me there. Yes, all clear.
Nice
you
to
look
meet
great.
everyone.
All right.
Thank you.
Levi, I can't hear your voice, but I'm going to go to Dr. Mira first and going back to you. All right.
All right.
And then let me introduce Dr. Mira. Dr. Mira look very young,
Yes,
yeah, for that position, you know.
Hospital.
Yes. So as a chairwoman, Dr. Mira has a prestige state-owned hospital management and enterprises under her wing, managing hospitals and together with medical advisory board and team of specialists. That's correct, Dr. Mira, yeah? Bringing 20 years or more of your experiences in management, in community, strengthened also, and of course, in your competencies in hospital management, the integration, surface, and develop international partnership. Currently, Dr. Mira is in close relation partnership with the very important partner, which is Mayo Clinic, right? Located at Spatial Economic Zone in Sanur. Wow, this is something new for our audience in globally to know that the new update about Bali. We are heading to medical tourism. We are heading to a new business of how medical, health, tourism, and wellness, as the minister said, become very important. Hello, Dr. Mira.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
See, Dr. Mira, so what is the concept of Bali International Hospital?
First of all, what different with the other healthcare provider, because this hospital built in special economic zone for health tourism. Our government built this special economic zone for health tourism for the purpose of giving the best health service and could attract people, especially those Indonesian who usually seeking treatment abroad.
Yeah.
So Bali International Hospital will uphold the highest international standards in the terms of state-of-the-art technology and modern medical equipment, very high-end medical equipment through dedication, expertise, and also for all the medical staff.
Right.
So we collaborate with Mayo Clinic USA for our advisor. So we hope that would be giving the trust for the community to go and also seek their health treatment to us. Our center of excellence is cardiologists, oncologists, neurologists, gastroenterologist, and the other, and orthopedics. But we also want to provide the best medical checkup for the people who seek to make anticipation for their health condition.
Right. So those centers of excellence require, it's like critical illness, right? It require big equipment, what do you call it, specialists, and state of the art, as you mentioned. And certainly this is a breakthrough about medical. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. So that we don't need to travel overseas. Now, even we can knock the doors to our friends, our colleagues all over the world to consider Bali as a destination, not only for culture, but also for medical, health, and wellness.
And we are also bringing the diaspora, especially the Indonesian physicians and healthcare workers to come to Indonesia.
This is interesting.
Yes, and then make Indonesia, propel Indonesia further as the preferred destination of the healthcare travel globally.
Now, I like that. You know, like we were talking about recruiting diaspora, the Indonesian, orang-orang Indonesia yang fantastic and has been the star performance in all over the world, right? We have plenty, betul ya Pak? Ini diaspora kita satu nih, Levi. Levi diaspora kita nih tuh kan? Semangat. So, how do you see this? Digital will help to position Indonesia with such a product into the world. So WTN will be a key for us to bridge this message. Yeah, Pak? Peter and Jürgen. Yes, you can say hi for Peter too.
Hi, Peter, Jürgen as well. Answering to that, I think I like what Peter has said, you know.
Yes.
Actually, Indonesia is the perfect metaphor for WTN, right?
Yes.
We are comprised of thousands of islands, yet we are one nation. So I think with WTN, because Pak Menteri also said that this is like a networking is the key. Network is the key, silaturahim, collaboration, cooperation, and of course we can synergize as well, right? In that sense, during WTN, I think we can learn from each other, and I think one of the key, for example, if we would like to have this medical tourism excellence, we have to create it like the whole ecosystem.
Yes.
Not just the tools, not just the people, also, for example, the infrastructure has to be there. Even this is, I think, one of the key that I think we have that probably few other countries has. The characteristic of cultural characteristics that we like to like help people.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Dr. Mira mentioned last time, you know, like Bali, Indonesia has this heart integrity from that is already an asset.
Exactly, that's an asset that I think we can capitalize.
Absolutely.
In terms of making. I think we can speed up. Like if we want Bali to become the center of the health tourism, medical tourism, that is probably the perfect place to be, as well as I'd like what Dr. Ima said, we're trying to attract our diaspora, of course, even though, I don't know, you can pay them, as well. See, now, Bu Mira said, then I think this is a perfect time. WTN will be the perfect time to share, to announce.
Yes.
Right?
We give them the sweeteners to come.
That's good. Good.
That's fantastic.
That's good, yeah.
Because I think through WTN, the network will help the positioning of not only the hospital, but the medical tourism as the whole.
Yeah.
I like that idea. So anything else that you see, Dr. Mira?
When we talk about health tourism, there are two kinds of health tourism. First is for wellness, and then also for the medical.
Right.
So medical is something that treatment, medicine, and also. But the wellness, I think Indonesia has so many advantage because we have traditional medicine, and also our culture could give people calming and healing, and so I think Bali would attract and has a new added value for the tourism.
Absolutely. Oh, that's wonderful. So, Dr. Mira talking about added value. I think I would like to call Leffy. Leffy, how do you see it from the perspective, the market in Australia to come to Bali? Because Australia is one of the biggest market here in Indonesia, right? To Bali. And so how do you see it? Especially knowing that the Australian has a very privilege in terms of government benefits, but I can see that American market is a lot going to medical tourism, such to to Bangkok, right? Bangkok and Thailand and Korea now. So how do you see it as in Australia? Later on, I'm going to give it to Jürgen to comment on that.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear
Is the voice clear? Okay, that's good. Yeah. So if you're looking at the perspective of the medical tourism, it's good that we have the infrastructure and facility ready in Bali. But the challenge and opportunity for Indonesian, in this case, Indonesian government, Indonesian business practices, like Dr. Mira with the Bali International Hospital, we have to work very close with the insurance company, because the opportunity is like, he's talking about Australian market, they love Bali. For Australian, go to Bali, they can go 5 times a year, 10 times a year, it doesn't matter. As long as Jetstar launching Red A deal package, which is $100 to fly from Australia, the whole planes will be full. And for Australian, if they can rest assured, can use their insurance card or Medibank private card to have any treatment in Bali, it will be heaven. So they're not only coming for a tourist, for the tourists as a tourist, but they also can come to do a general checkup. In Australia here, everybody that have Medicare card plus the private medical card, they can go and do checkup at every hospital at their own preference. So if Bali can be included in this, they have couples big insurance that can cover it, of course, it's going to be a good place to go. And from Australia, only 3.5 hours, you end up on paradise.
Yeah.
It's better to do that
In a good
in
meaning,
Bali.
end up in paradise in a good way.
Correct. And it's not only that, the big market for Australia here, I'm telling you the truth and opportunity here is like the growth of senior age, the elder is growing very fast. And as government struggle to provide a home care for them, which is aged care. And for people that, if you're asking most of Australian, how many times they've been in Bali, average from 10, 8 will say, I've been minimum 2 or 3 times in Bali, minimum. But those that love Bali, they've been in Bali over 100 times. All of the industry here sitting in the room or online, you and I know Australia love to come to Bali. They love because they not only love Bali as the tourist destination, but the friendship that has been built over 100 years between Bali and Australia. That's why Australia is sitting at #1 top tourist for Bali. So this is the big opportunity when Dr. Mira and the whole Petehin in journey built Sanur complex as the economic special zone for medical. Don't forget, there will be 5,000 convention room will be built in the middle of the Sanur. So that means it's not only the tourist, the patient or potential patient, or just generally do a general checkup, the business concept is also going to be made there. I mean, we're talking about big group of convention on the medical doctors conventions coming to Bali, and we're going to bring them, and some of them is already confirmed. And if you're asking me, will Australia? It's not. Australia will be #1. They will come back and sitting #1. Don't forget, before COVID, Australia is already sitting in 9 million tourists come to Bali. And with the boosting of the meeting incentive convention and exhibition, the big question for us is, are we ready? Can we collaborate? Can we do this together? Bring medical tourism coming into the tourist. It's a new product for all of us. And I think for World Tourism Network globally, it's also a good time to collaborate together here. I knew Dubai have one. I knew Thailand have one. They actually have the complex, the medical tourist. Back even me and Moody, we did the campaign back in what year, Moody, when we have our Island Life magazine. We did the medical tourism checkup in Thailand, in Penang, long time ago. Okay, during the Island Life magazine, we already promoted that.
And now you all moved to Bali. It's
now.
Absolutely.
So I think it's a challenge or an opportunity come together. Yoka.
Absolutely. Leffy, I'd like to just highlight what you were saying, because Neil was talking to me also that almost 500 event related to medical and doctor conference here in Bali related in Indonesia. That's huge. Hi, Jürgen. Jürgen, how do you see this? Because Leffy gave a very nice insight from the perspective of Australia and on how Bali attractive as medical tourism. And how do you see it for the rest of the world? Because I know that the American love to travel to Asia for medical tourism. And currently Bangkok and Thailand and Korea is for me. No, that's a different. Go ahead, Jürgen.
And medical tourism, look, Mama, is such a big field, and really, we shouldn't be thinking about competition and getting patients from one country to another. There is enough room for everyone. And when you look at the United States market, particularly, you mentioned preventive care. That's something what's missing here. Insurances are not covering most of the preventive care. And patients usually don't get the preventive care you get perhaps in Asia. I know you get in Germany. And I can give you my own example here. I was actually hospitalized at the WTTC conference in Manila in the Philippines, and I received care, excellent care, in the Makati medical facility there for a fraction of the rate I would have paid here. And guess what? My insurance had an agreement with the hospital, and they paid everything. I didn't have to worry about payment, and the cost was a lot less. So I think similar agreements, especially with the Blue Cross and Blue Shield insurance system, and I think with your connection to Mayo, the United States it's a natural market, especially if you cover preventive care. I know Mayo clinics in Phoenix. I tried to get an appointment during COVID. They didn't have any appointments for a year. So I think you have a winner here, and there is a good opportunity. The only thing I question, and it goes back to my time when I worked with Bali back in the end of 90s. I had a tour operator, and we're one of the more major tour operators with Bali. We worked with Pakto in Bali on inbound travel. We chartered about 48 seats, I think, on every Garuda flight, and they were flying from Los Angeles to Honolulu to Bali. You guys need to get an airlink, a direct airlink back to Bali. That has been a challenge for the US market. Continental Airlines, also what is now United, stopped service to Bali. So you're really relying on third country carriers. And guess what? Unfortunately, in a private industry with planes running fulls, Singapore Airlines, as nice as they are, they're going to get most of the seat segment to Singapore. They're not going to sell seats to Bali on through rates because they'll make less money. You need a direct airlink. And I think we can all learn from each other in World Tourism Network because we have so many countries. Look at the Caribbean. Bahamas, for example, is sending planes where they want passengers from. They're losing money, like the Cayman Islands, on their flights, but they know the government supporting this or the private business supporting flights that are not economically is helping the industry overall. Yes. And at the end, it's a win-win situation.
Right. Jürgen, I'm going to get back to you, but I'm going to steal Mr. Neil time because I'm afraid that he's going to leave in the next half an hour. But I would like to get your insight. You know, like Jürgen mentioned that the policy is so important, the airline, the pricing is important. And Levi talked about travel insurance, the influence of travel insurance on how we can develop from American market, from Jürgen and Australian market. What kind of policy needed to make it smooth and easy for medical tourism with such a great product by Dr. Mira to make this possible?
Of course, like I said before, we have to take a look at this as a whole, holistically or by ecosystem, right? Levi was right. Like when he once mentioned, funding is important. Usually in the Western part, the Western world, you use insurance, right? I mean, like if there is an insurance interconnection, for example, then that would be great, of course, right? For us itself, we would like really to have, like, if you say about the policy, then of course this is going to be interministerial, right? All cross-cutting in our government itself is going to be cross-cutting, of course, not just from our ministry, but also from Ministry of Health, of course, and other ministry. And I think the most important thing is for us, for Indonesian, we have to work together. To be honest with you, I'm a bit envious with Malaysia, what happened with the Malaysian medical tourism system, because they have the whole system. They have this, everybody's joining hand together. The Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Health, even the private sectors. They have the association for that by themselves. So everything runs smoothly. Now, if you're talking about that means probably you're going to have we're going to have, for example, issued special visa, for example.
Yes. Yes.
Not just tourist visa, but this is like a medical tourist visa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Something like this, because it happened because yesterday the president I think already asked Pak Minister, Pak Sandi, because we want to have like a event-led recovery for tourism sector. So event, for example, when we have to have event, then sometimes we will invite performer from outside, from international. Then you need to have visa for special, for creative worker visa or artist visa, for examples. Something like that would be. So it's going to be cross-cutting, Mbak Yoke. It's not going to be easy. I mean, like that's going to be just from one side, but it's going to be including Ministry of BUMN, of course, right? Because it handles the flight and everything.
Absolutely wonderful. So
and I hope, and I hope WTN can be. This is something beautiful, actually.
Yes.
If in WTN in September, if you can launch something like that, and I agree with Jurgen. We don't need to compete, but we need to collaborate and synergize.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
everybody,
and
yes.
also during WTN to have travel insurance, big company to look at the
Yeah,
product
yes.
as well as to have
Yes,
open discussion.
yes.
Because the September event, this is an opportunity for us to look into issues, problem, and not only on the destination, but the policy as well as investment. That is fantastic. Talking about investment, talking about data and numbers, let's give a big hand our dear Bapak Trisno Nugroho, Director of Central Bank Indonesia. He started his career in Bank Indonesia in 1992. Still young and a great energy. And now he has been a big supporter when it comes to tourism, and totally different perspective when we talk about being in Jakarta and Bali, right, Pa? Because decision making need to have a data, and I think to have the source data from Mr. Trisno has been a helpful and a great journey for us to make and the next step. And next to Pak Trisno is Ida Bagus Agung Parta Adiana, the chairman of Bali Tourism Board. He has 11 associations under your wings. 10. Oh, 10. All right. I add one more. All right. So 10 association to collaborate and as well as to synergize for a purpose. That is a big responsibility. But then when earlier we were talking about medical tourism visa, this is very interesting. You know, like imagine if that happened, medical tourism, it will be a new trend, a new bullets for us to fight. How do you see that, Pak Trisno?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mbak Yoke. And before I begin my small explanation about Bali, and Mbak Yoke said about medical tourism in Bali, I think Pak Jokowi and our Minister of State-owned Company, Pak Erick Thohir, already pushed to Sanur zone economic area in Sanur, in special in health tourism. As Pak President said that more than 100 trillion rupiah spent by Indonesian people go to abroad, especially Malaysia and Singapore. Am I right? Yeah, but Mira, yeah. If this can be held in Indonesia, especially in Bali, with there is a hospital with international capacity, I think 100 trillion rupiah is not gone to Malaysia, but can be go to Sanur. I think the future of Bali with the health tourism, we will see Bali as one of the option if people from Indonesia will taking care their health instead to Malaysia, go to Indonesia, especially Bali. I think this year I heard from our friends from Jakarta in Sanur uh, will build hospital, and then August 17, 2023 will announce, will launched by Pak Presiden or Pak Minister of State-owned company. We hope this plan will going smoothly in this year. Then Bali, as I mentioned to Pak Menteri, Bali province, for my perspective, one of the most likely become tourism sustainable.
Excellent.
Yeah, if somebody from abroad will come to Indonesia, Bali is one of the example how government and society to push tourism sustainable in Indonesia. Then wellness, one of the MICE, another quality tourism also will can held in Bali. We do have Nusa Dua, MICE environment, ITDC Nusa Dua, and then we do have in Sanur. I heard there are 5,000 people can hold MICE in Sanur.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of ballroom, one of the big ballroom in Bali. Instead in Nusa Dua, there is a MICE forum, MICE event we can held in Sanur with 5,000 people in ballroom. I think this the future is Bali with health tourism is quite promising for us.
Okay, thank you, Patricio. So would you like to share with us your presentation? Yes.
Okay. Please move to the second slide. I can see this Bali square. We can see in national there is a comparison between national growth and Bali. We can see in Bali the fourth quarter actually grow 6.61, number 4 among the 34 province in Indonesia. This is a great growing in Bali. After 2 years, Bali growing is negative, but last year we grow across 4.84% compared to Indonesia 5.30%. This is quite good for Bali because 2 years already negative, and then and then the other one in 22 we can grow 4.84. Can we move to next? This the accommodation and food and beverage actually give contribution to Bali grow 18.72%. So we can see in Bali actually, as we know, tourism industry become pillar, become a dominant, pushing the economic growth in Bali. Sorry, yeah. And then this one, this is the event. We can see the event, MICE event in Indonesia, in Bali especially. The this is the domestic passenger and international passenger until February 2023. June 2020 is about November and December. We can see 300. Yes, average day, average day. We can see. Yes, average. This is the total actually in November, December about 415,000. This KTT G20 last year. We do next please, and this is the share domestic growth in Bali. Next. This is the inflation rate in Bali actually still higher, 5.81 year on year. And then the inflation rate actually is quite high in Singaraja and Kota Denpasar after crisis. After crisis, the supply of rice and then chili still quite not good in Bali because that's why the inflation rate in Bali is quite high in last 6 months. Next please. Next. This is up to 23 actually already 638,000 per Wisman. This is 2 months. 2 months. Yes, January 1st until February 15. This is last year. So we still optimist. Every day is about 12,000. No, Pak Neil, Wisman more than Wisnus to Bali. Wisnus to yeah. For Wisman, tourism from abroad 12,000 per day, and then domestic tourists about 11 per day. Wisman more than Wisnus. And there is another series of MICE in Bali 2023. Next, please. We also know that there are 29 airline reach 14 countries and 22 cities in stages. There are 29. The airline already go to Bali, and then at probably -9 from China, not yet come to Bali, and then probably from Korea and Vietnam. So already coming back again, all airline come to Bali. Next, please. What is it? As I said, Pak Neil, we do have like QRIS, CRIS, cross-border. Now, tourists from Thailand come to Bali, they can use a QR code from Thailand in Bali. Yes. Also, yes, can pay everything, can buy everything, small, medium enterprise product, they can buy with QR, with good currency, without going to dollar and then to baht. Only rupiah and baht also. Yes, no hassle with QR code. And also, if we go to Thailand, we can buy with QRIS also. This year, our governor probably will launch Singapore and Malaysia also. We can use QRIS, QRIS in Indonesia, also in Malaysia and Thailand. Next year, probably Filipina, and then all countries in ASEAN. As you can see in Bali, actually the using of CRIS is quite high. The merchant and the people actually already like they can use CRIS every day. Next, please. This is I think Health Zest Bali. You can based on data. Based on data from the ASEAN briefing, every year at least Indonesian citizens spend more than 29 trillion. Ini ASEAN ya. Pak Presiden said 100 trillion. And then the availability of health services and open access to health facilities are still not optimal in Indonesia. So we hope in medical tourism in Sanur will fill the gap this one. Like MCU we can do in Bali without in Singapore or Malaysia. Next, please. This is the hotel, the hospital, conference hall with 5,000 people, and then nursing school, UMKM center. I think this the opportunity. Sanur Economic Zone Health as medical and wellness tourism in Bali. Next, please. So the tourism, patient and families, and health for hospital and hotel, and worker hospital and hotel. This is the MSC opportunities in health Sanur Economic Zone. I think that's all, Bu Yoke. Next, I think that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oops, I'm taking your seat. Thank you. So really the potential of Indonesia and the growth and now the progress that's happening. Are we done with the struggling part, or are we there yet? Or do you think there's a lot more that we can do?
I think this year, Bali is crucial time to wake up again.
Exactly.
Because last year or this month, the what we call BDRB Bali actually still below before COVID.
Right.
So 4% below COVID. So we still want this 3 months. We hope Bali already going up, and we have to maintain with MICE event a lot in Bali. Last year, government helped us with KTT G20. This year, we have to push MICE event more than last year. As you know, KTT ASEAN is not as much like KTT G20. So we have Pak Menteri Sandiaga Uno and then Pak Neil. We have to invite korporasi, ministry, and other company come to Bali, held event in Bali to help Bali going back again.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we need time.
Yes, but not only on MICE business, right? We were talking about small, medium operators that creating more personalized, more niche in the market, and then maybe a bit more variety. How do you see it, Pak Neil? Is that, you see it that way too?
Yeah, of course, like what Pak Menteri also said, right? The other one that are impacted very hard because of the pandemic is the small and medium enterprises,
Yes.
and including in the tourism sectors as
Yes,
well. So
yes.
I think we need to help them as well for homestays, for example, the tour operator, tour guides, as well as other supporting like for souvenirs and the domino effect, the F&B sites, for example.
Right. I think this going back to Mr. Agung. Mr. Agung, under your wings with all the associations, semua asosiasi itu, they consider as small, medium enterprises, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So really focusing on them and grow and giving them a new market or recruit a new potential is an opportunity. I think WTN will give a good way to showcase their product. So how do you see it, the prospect of Bali through SME?
Thank you, Bayuka. I think now, as Trisno mentioned, that we are in the way to way. I mean, from the pandemic we learned about many things here about tourism. So I think in the future, with the focus on MICE and health tourism something, or MICE, we can hand in hand, more with the MSA, So before we just when we do sales calls outside, we just use industry only. Now with example like this WTN, so we will first time we will prove that we can make a collaboration between the industry and small company.
Because together we can educate at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And sharing information, what is new, what is attractive in the new market, technology helping us to get there. Anything else that you see the future through the health tourism or the new things that happen in Bali? Apa yang lain yang the health tourism, then how do you see the presence of, this is two big giant coming through economy zone. There is a hospital as well as the MICE convention. How confident are you with the market?
Yeah, of course, in Sanur, you mean, right? Yes. In Sanur, we're gonna have like a 5,000 occupancy for the capacity of the government now set up for the MKM there next to the hall. Yeah. So I'm local there, so I help the special son to prepare everything, make sure everything okay. No one complains, make everybody happy.
That's the most important.
That's the most important.
Because we're catching up, right?
Yeah.
We want to open in the end of the year.
Yeah.
November.
August.
August.
The president will be launched on 17 August.
Okay, so August we will open and announce the new facility.
The hotel and the convention hall.
And convention hall. September, we're gonna have WTN Summit and Time 2023, which is fantastic. And October, Bali International Hospital will officially open and provide medical checkup.
And November. IAMRA, you know IAMRA, International
Medical.
The International Medical Regulator meeting conference. Wow, that's gonna be. Let's give a big hand. A lot of hopes, and I think we're getting there. And Yes, this is integrated tourism.
But we need more.
Yes, we need more. That's why we were talking about World Tourism Network. I think network is very important, especially like WTN Global that representing 129 countries with hundreds and thousands of members. I think we become very close, borderless, and able to exchange knowledge and information through digital. That's correct, yeah, Pak Neil? And I think through our discussion earlier, government will need to participate, to interfere or presence when it comes to a cross-disciplinary for policy as well as ecosystem. Right. So before I close this, let's throw a question and answer to our friends there in members of WTN that already joining for the discussion. Oh, maybe I should give to our friends here, Ibu Ratna, if you have question or anyone would like to ask any questions. Yeah, would you like to ask question before? I think I have. Jürgen, are you there? Would you like to ask question, or you gonna throw it to your members to ask question? Oh yes, Ibu Ratna. Go ahead.
I'd be happy to ask our members to raise their hand.
Thank you, Mbak Yoko, Bapak dan Ibu. Terima kasih. Yeah, it's just a great what you call it, KEK ya, kawasan ekonomi khusus for Sanur. And I think the medical tourism, I agree with all of you that we have to compete with Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore. And I'm also travel agent practitioners that we also inform them, our wholesalers, that soon there will be a medical tourism package for Bali. So thank you very much for the support from the government and also private sector, also BTB. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Hi. Do I have question there? Leffy, would you like to add anything? Do I hear hands for questions from our online?
Yes, we do. We have a question. Let me just also say real quick that for me, Bali was almost always the shining example of a classical market for SMEs. And I think this hasn't changed over the last 20 years. And there's an opportunity for SMEs and large business to work together in Bali. And we're hoping that at our event, these are some things we discussed, because SMEs rely on large businesses, but also large businesses rely on SMEs. And SMEs rely on niche markets. And what destination is better profiled for niche market than Bali? So I think it's really a win-win, and the medical part can play, is a classical niche market, can play a major role. But we do have a hand up here from Ramzi Kuri. And please, Ramzi, when you speak, would you please let us know where you're from and where you're calling from? And you can turn your video on, and I'd be happy to put you here on this. Oh, it's not Ramzi, it's Dr. Talib Rifai. Okay, we all don't need an introduction. We know who you are. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I just wanted to say something about medical tourism. Medical tourism has to have a good...
Gentlemen, my apology to interrupt because we have to say goodbye to Mr. Neil, who has to catch up his flight. He come all the way, just like the minister, for this event. Let's give a big applause for the Deputy of Creative and Digital
Apology for the because I have set up tonight. I have another meeting, so I have to.
All right, wonderful. Yeah. But we're going to be following you to make sure that we will see him again in September, and we discuss further on how to solve and creating a solution for all of us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then the second person who actually going to leave is our Dr. Mira. Unfortunately, Dr. Mira also have to catch up a flight going back and another meeting going on. My apology. Dr. Mira, thank you so much. Oh, all right. Thank you. Dr. Mira, we will see you in September. We need all your insight, and then let's pray to get everything smoothly done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm gonna sit closer. So
let's get back to
gentlemen, please continue.
Yeah, let's go back to Dr. Taleb Rifai.
Was it a question?
In Jordan. Dr. Taleb Rifai, as you know, from that come late, was the former Secretary General for the United Nations World Tourism Organization in 2 terms. And if there's any authority on anything in tourism, it's Dr. Rifai. Go ahead, Taleb.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind introduction. Now, how about medical tourism? You have to ensure that your medical system, the medical system that provides hospitals and doctors for people, is a strong one, because you don't have any natural things for medical tourism. You have to have the system itself being able to carry on that task. So is the medical system a good one in Indonesia?
Yeah,
that's my question.
Dr. Taleb Rifai's question is...
Mr. Taleb, I need to ask you a favor to repeat a question, because we lose your voice. It's so nice to hear that you're joining and supporting us. And
thank you.
Help me to repeat.
I'll always be supporting it. Indonesia is very dear to me. Very dear to me. Now, my question is on the medical system in Indonesia. Is the medical system strong enough and big enough to be able to cater for the medical people that would come from all over the regions, all over the world to Bali? How are the hospitals? How are the hospitals? How are the doctors? And so on and so forth.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard Dr. Rifai, but he was asking, let me relate this here, how the infrastructure is basically, how the medical system is set up to handle handle a volume of medical patients coming to Bali.
Yes, precisely.
A very good questions. Dr. Mira, the President Director of Indonesia Healthcare Corporation, just left. It's a state-owned company, and I think the infrastructure as part of the big movement located in the area that is supported by state-owned company also. It's called Spatial Economic Zone in Sanur. So which is our Mr. Agung is the one who also overseen this area. The area is actually a zone where policy, infrastructure, and ecosystem will be, how do I say, not relaxed, but negotiated. Relax. So there are policy that is only, and some of the policy are only applied there. So I think you need to come in September. We would love to welcome you to come in here and see on how Indonesia committed on medical tourism and doing this as the big milestone. I would like to have Mr. Trisno to add on that.
Thank you very much. Actually, our president already released the government regulation. That means government committed to build the economic zones, the health economic zone in Sanur. And our president already assigned Minister of State-owned company to build this area, and then also involving Minister of Health, and then Minister of State-owned company. I think we will see in September this building already there, and then I heard Minister of Health already sent several doctors go to the best to America to learn about how to take care about medical tourism in America, and then we can replicate in Sanur.
Absolutely. And Moody, would you like to add?
Thank you, Dr. Taleb Rifai. I would like to also emphasize one more time that Dr. Taleb Rifai is the section of former section UNWTO for 2 terms, and he's a very dear to the global tourism industry. We love him so much. We hope that you're healthy, and we are seeing you in September. And there are a lot of knowledge that we can learn from you. You must have helicopter views on how to look into this medical and health tourism industry globally, and how Indonesia could position as one of the best in the global world, I hope. Thank you, Dr. Talib.
I think that is a very nice approach that you're going to have a lot of fans here, Dr. Talib, because the idea is exchanging knowledge, exchanging information, and then getting to know more is the bullets, it's the remedy to moving forward, because we cannot be secluded and only work on one zone. We need to learn and exchange idea.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you
Pak
so
Agung,
much.
anything you'd like to add? Okay, it's because Indonesia is progressing. Bali, especially, has been known as what is it again, Nadi? The wellness by Forbes. The minister was saying dedicated. We want a lot of something like happiest place or something like that. You know, like so many things can appear in Bali. I think many new tourism concept will born. So September is our time, and we need your support for open dialogue, for learning experience.
I've been to Bali many times.
Yes.
It's a wonderful place.
Before we close, okay.
One more hand.
Papa Agung, would you like to say a few things?
Thank you. So this is BTB and WTN declared to be a partner as part of Recovery Bali Platform for Sustainability Tourism. So I have some presentation, maybe you can show.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Just one page.
Oh okay. Oh, okay.
Next. There's three elements in this statement. First, BTB declaration. Strengthen its basic identity, a blessed island from the creators. So, creating Bali as a authenticity platform of sustainable tourism. Protect its heritage culture, peoples. Second, BTB and WTN on September 2023 declaration. BTB take a lead with the others global tourism leaders as creating a tourism as a peacemaker. Develop a strong network both domestic and globally. And last, let's work together, collaborate through WTN 129 tourism community, global learning program through WTN media. Thank you. Let's register and see you in WTN.
Wow, nicely
2023
summarized.
from 28 September. Thank you.
Wow, nicely summarized. I don't need to summarize, and we already got this beautiful way as part of the commitment, and I think it's important. Commitment is something that is involving a lot of people, a lot of stakeholders, not only in related to tourism, but in government, in corporate, and especially with the presence of central bank as and the private sectors who committed and make this happen, and I think we're gonna make a big change.
Ibu Yoga, sorry, I have to add in one more because we are facing WTN 129 countries. I would like to also support not only an inbound, but our friends of having a business outbound in Indonesia.
Yes.
So we are engaging with WTN Tourism Board. We welcome all the international tourism board from the 129 countries. I hope you can attending and we can having a very good business engagement, not only inbound but also outbound. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Moody, we're gonna speeding up until September and make this happen. And certainly, Moody, you are not alone because all stakeholders are with you, and we make this happen because this is a platform when we can have an open discussion. Lefi, is there anything that you like to add before we close the session?
Let's get it done and collaborate.
Thank you so much.
There is one more hand. Can I, just to make sure, because this lady has been so patient, and raised her hand here. And maybe if I just want to say one more thing and adding to Moody, and this is a very important point here, that this is also an event for tourism boards from around the world to come to Bali and look at the potential of the outbound market for Indonesia, because this is something what is not to be underestimated. And I'm very glad that, for instance, we have the Minister of Tourism from Jamaica coming to Bali, because this is a new one. This is a brand new destination, what is worth visiting. And we're hoping there's many others that are listening to us now and that are in the tourism board anywhere in the world see the potential of the outbound market. And the nice thing, I tell you what, if you come to Bali to promote your destination, it's a networking what goes both ways. And you see the potential. Medical tourism alone is a fantastic field, and it's with Bali always has been a place of natural healing places. Now it's a place also with a sophisticated, very sophisticated hospital, what is actually run by the Mayo Clinic, Americans. There is a place to go. But I wanted to, if I may, give the floor, and this is the last one, I believe, and she, I don't know who she is, but you can maybe tell us. She's Spa Lady Young, Wendy Young. I have a suspicion you may be from Taiwan, aren't you?
Yes, yes, I'm from Taiwan.
Great. Okay, go ahead. You had a question. Thank you for being so patient, and I give the floor back to Bali after that.
Okay, Om Swastiastu, Ni hao. This is from Spa Lady Wendy Yang. I'm also the PR director of SCO International Asia. And you know that SCO organization is the largest travel and tourism organization. And in SCO Asia, we across 15 countries. Before September, the big event, we SCO Asia, we are holding a Congress in Bali in June, from the June 1st to 4th, and we are going to hold it in the Nusa Dua. Nusa Dua is a Marisaka Hotel. And then we can tell you, we will have, I think, over 300 people from all over the world. And these are the tourism leaders from all over the world. We hope that Bali Tourism Board can show us that you are best, because we have all the tour operator, we have this very strong media person like me, Spa Lady. I've been as a spa journalist for the past 40 years. So I think this is a very great opportunity for Bali to, to attract to us. And then I'm sure you will get thousands, millions of tourists, because wellness medical tourism is the #1 travel industry now in the world. So Om Swasti Astu again, and then Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hope to get your full support and for our SCO Asia Congress in Bali from June 1st to 4th. And this will be organized by SCO Bali Club. And then June 1st to 4th. Thank you.
And thank you very much. I think we met in Croatia, didn't we? And you had twinning. Yes, I remember. This is a very fun lady. We had a great picture from her. And so I'm glad you said this. I'm also a SCOL member, and we've worked with SCOL. I've been in charge of the communication committee actually last year at SCOL International. And I'm really glad you said this, Spa Lady, and hope to see you again in Bali at this conference. So I'm so sorry. Go back. There is another hand here, but I think we're running out of time. Should we take one more question or not?
One more question that we'll do.
Okay. So the very last one is, I think this is Talib. Is this Ramzi? Yeah, that's Talib again. So Talib,
it's me.
You can have a last question.
I don't know why the name of Ramzi is there. Okay. That's fine. Ramzi is a good man. Anyhow, okay, I want to ask about halal tourism. You know, halal tourism has been one of Indonesia's main strength. And Mr. Septa, who I know very well, is in charge of that. Now, where did halal tourism go? What's the situation there? Thank you.
Okay, who can answer this? Anyone? Halal tourism?
Oh, halal tourism.
Yes.
So my apology. All right, a question about halal tourism. I think that is very interesting because Indonesia is the biggest country with a Muslim population, but we are not a Muslim country, but we have the biggest population, Muslim population. It doesn't mean that when we talk about halal population is dedicated only for Muslim. We are talking about the food that is now become a new story in all over Indonesia. Non bacon, non ham friendly. Oh no, you don't say that. No pork friend. So we are into Muslim friendly. So Muslim friendly restaurant and products are now being introduced. It could be available in many regency of Indonesia, that including Bali. But then again, Bali is famous for its gastronomy. So halal product is one of among many products that available in Bali. Still, the local wisdom, the local gastronomy, the local product that is produced here, being the majority Hinduism in Bali itself, the variety of gastronomy are related to a non-halal food. But yes, halal is related to the product availability.
Thank
you so much.
Can I just add one little thing to what Taleb said? We at World Tourism Network actually will be announcing a special LinkedIn group. We already have a LinkedIn group that deals with sustainable tourism. We have more than 7,500 members. And the gentleman who's putting this all together is in Malaysia. He just left us here. I saw him in the public, but we started also a Muslim halal and sustainable tourism LinkedIn group. We will have this on our website by tomorrow. And we already have more than 500 members in this group. So it's a hot topic, and I hope many of our friends in Indonesia will join us in this discussion.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you, Jürgen.
Thank you so much for feedback, story, as well as comments for us to grow together. And I think what Mr. Agung was mentioning about sustainable tourism, it's something that cannot be done overnight, but a commitment of many stakeholders. With the support of friends from WTN Global, we can grow together, collaborate, and synergize. Unfortunately, we have to end this discussion with a big wish that we are all in good health and meet again in September with so much energy.
Don't forget to register.
Oh, and don't forget to register. That's another key. And share to friends, to register, come to Bali. So much happening in Bali. And I think we are optimistic. As Mr. Trisno mentioned on his presentation, the growth in Bali, the arrival of international client coming to Bali become another surprise factors. Surprise us by joining WTN Summit. It's not a conference, it's an open discussion for us to solve many different issues in tourism, including aviation, including product, including accommodation, and all new destination. I hope everything that we have shared and the wishes from our minister become one start point for our relationship. Thank you so much. I'm Yoka Darmawan, and I hope to see you again in September. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And for all audience that come in here, thank you so much for being here. And our big hand for Bakoma to organize this. And as well as thank you so much for WIM Production, all our team over there. Right. Overnight, they're doing this, and our MC and everyone behind this event. And thank you again for being here. Thank you. Selamat sore and goodbye. Om Santi, Santi Om.
And thank you very much. And if you missed the show, for everyone watching,
thank you so much. Let's give a big round of applause to our incredible speakers and also moderator. Thank you so much for a very insightful session and a very interactive dialogue. And we would like to appreciate those speakers and also participants who are joining us virtually. Thank you very much for your participation. It was a very insightful discussion and a very interactive one. Thank you very much.
And thank you for everyone, just important who are watching us
Terima kasih
now
kepada Bapak Trisno Nugroho.
for
Terima kasih
anyone who's
kepada
now,
Bapak Ide Bagus Agung
let me mute this. Anyone watching us now live on eTurbo News and wanted to watch this again, just go and stay tuned. We're going to repeat this for the next 24 hours. And then it's going to be archived on all our YouTube channels and on World Tourism Network. So if you missed this, just watch us again. Thank you very much.